Most men think women manipulate them with words. They don't. A woman's real manipulation is biological, not verbal. It happens in her hormones, her nervous system, and her evolutionary instincts, long before she ever decides what to say. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Women manipulate men without even knowing they're doing it. It's automatic, reflexive, programmed by millions of years of evolution. If you don't understand these hidden tactics, you're not just at a disadvantage, you're completely unarmed. Tonight, I'm going to expose the exact psychological patterns women use to test, control, and influence men. The same patterns most men never see coming until they've already lost. Every modern man faces the same problem. He listens to what she says instead of reading what her biology is signaling. He believes if she says she's not mad, she's fine. If she says she doesn't care, she doesn't care. If she says she's busy, she's actually busy. But female psychology doesn't work like that. Women communicate in covert signals, not direct statements. These signals happen through micro-expressions, tone shifts, gaze patterns, nervous system responses, subtle changes in posture, selective attention, and strategic withdrawal. And here's the key. A woman's biology always tells the truth, even when her words do not. That's the problem most men never solve. They respond to her language instead of her behavior. They get manipulated because they don't see the signals behind the signals. And this is exactly why modern dating feels so confusing. The first manipulation tactic, creating uncertainty to trigger male pursuit. This is an ancient evolutionary strategy. When a woman introduces small doses of unpredictability, not answering fast, shifting her tone, becoming suddenly distant, she activates a deep biological response in men, the dopamine-chasing loop. Here's the science. Dopamine spikes hardest when rewards are unpredictable. This is the same mechanism behind gambling addiction. Women instinctively create emotional variable rewards to increase a man's pursuit drive. Examples: yesterday she was warm, today she's cold. She laughs at your jokes, then suddenly gives short answers. She texts you first, then disappears for 11 hours. This is not conscious strategy, it's an evolutionary reflex that increases her mate value. And men fall for it every time because they don't recognize the pattern. They only feel the anxiety and chase harder. This one is powerful. A woman will subconsciously introduce emotional tension to test your nervous system. She wants to know, can this man stay calm under pressure? Because evolution favored men who kept their composure in dangerous or competitive situations. So a woman will use subtle emotional spikes, irritation, teasing, sarcasm, small accusations, unexpected attitude, slight withdrawal, not to attack you, but to measure your frame stability. Most men fail instantly. They react, they defend, they over-explain, they chase, they argue. A high-value man does the opposite. He stays calm, grounded, unmoved. That's the real test. If you can remain unshaken when she tries to destabilize you, she becomes more attracted because her nervous system recognizes strength. Fail the test, and she subconsciously classifies you as unsafe, meaning not in control of your emotions, and therefore not a reliable male to invest in.
Women mirror the energy you project, but they also withhold their mirror to make you reveal your true intentions. Here's how it works. If you appear too eager, she doesn't mirror back warmth. She waits. If you're confident and grounded, she mirrors respect and softness. If you're inconsistent, she becomes unpredictable. This tactic forces men into showing their cards. Most men respond to her withdrawing mirror with chasing, apologizing, increasing effort, emotional overinvestment, while she watches quietly and evaluates. Is this man self-sufficient or dependent on my approval? The key lesson: the less you require her mirror, the more she gives it. This one is deceptive. A woman will shift frames to position herself as the prize and you as the pursuer. Not because women are manipulative, but because evolution wired them to select the strongest mate. And one of the signals of strength is how a man handles frame battles. Examples: you, we should grab dinner. Her, maybe, I'm not sure, I'll see. Frame shift, she places herself as the chooser. Or, you express interest. She responds with playful skepticism. Do you say that to every girl? Frame shift, she challenges your intent. Most men crumble. They get defensive, apologetic, or needy. But the men who hold frame, the men who smile, stay calm, remain centered, are the ones her biology reacts to. Because a man who holds frame demonstrates social dominance, a primal signal deeply tied to female mate selection circuitry. If you're learning something already, if this is opening a new level of understanding for you, pause for 1 second and hit subscribe right now. Most men never hear this information. They live their entire lives confused, drained, rejected, and manipulated. Not because women are bad, but because men stay blind to the psychological signals right in front of them. If you want more forbidden knowledge like this, the kind that gives you an advantage in dating and relationships, you need to subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson. Here's the truth men hate admitting. If you don't learn to read female psychology, you will always feel powerless. You'll keep getting ghosted without explanation, used for attention, emotionally drained, endlessly tested, stuck in situationships, confused by mixed signals, punished for not understanding her needs, rewarded only when it benefits her, rejected when you get too attached, replaced by men who understand the game. And you'll sit there wondering, what did I do wrong? It's not what you did, it's what you didn't understand. Women aren't the problem, your lack of awareness is. You must learn her signals, you must understand her biology, you must see the patterns before they act on you. Men who master this feel calm, confident, in control, desired, respected, chosen, because for the first time they're playing the game with open eyes. And men who refuse to learn, they repeat the same cycle for the rest of their lives. Confusion, emotional dependence, disappointment, resentment, repeat. You have one choice: upgrade your understanding or stay frustrated forever. If you want part 2 of this series, where I break down the advanced signals women use to test a man's emotional strength, comment part 2 below. Subscribe, like the video, and remember, in the world of modern dating, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival.